If you're still buying expensive rust remover, stop. In this video, I'll show you how a cheap $1 liquid can loosen and remove rust from metal fast, and I'll also show you the one mistake that ruins the result. If you've got a rusty metal part in your garage that looks completely ruined, don't throw it away yet. Today I'm going to show you a cheap liquid method that can help remove rust without spending money on expensive rust removers. And no, this isn't one of those fake internet hacks. I'm showing you the full process before, during, and after so you can actually see what happens. The best part? The liquid is cheap, easy to find, and there's a good chance you already have it at home right now. But here's the important part. This only works well if you do it correctly. I'm going to show you what to use, what not to use, and how to avoid ruining the finish. Because most people don't fail at removing the rust. They fail right after the rust is gone. And that's exactly where this video can save you time and money. So let's start simple. First, let's talk about what rust actually is, and then I'll move straight into the demo. Rust forms when steel reacts with moisture and oxygen over time. What you're seeing on the surface is a weak, flaky corrosion layer that keeps spreading if you don't stop it. A grinder or wire wheel can remove surface rust, but it often misses deep pits, threads, corners, and tight spaces. And sometimes it removes healthy metal too. That's where a liquid-based method becomes useful. It gets into places mechanical cleaning struggles to reach, especially on smaller parts and awkward shapes. The method I'm showing you today is cheap, simple, and beginner-friendly, but only if you follow each step and don't skip the finish. This works especially well for rusty bolts, brackets, clamps, tools, and removable steel parts that don't need expensive specialty chemicals. But let me be clear, if the metal is badly weakened, deeply scaled, or structurally unsafe, cleaning it may not be enough. In that case, replacement may be the smarter move. Now for the liquid itself. Plain white distilled vinegar. That's the base of this method. Use plain white distilled vinegar only. Skip anything colored, flavored, or mixed with unknown additives if you want consistent results. And this is important. Do not use a metal container. Use plastic tubs, plastic trays, zip bags, or plastic wrap setups instead. For this method, you'll need vinegar, a plastic container, gloves, a rag or paper towel, a soft brush or old toothbrush, baking soda, clean water, and a drying towel or heat source. If you're editing this for YouTube, keep this setup section moving fast. Quick cuts, labels, and close-ups work better here than long static shots. For the demo, I'm using a rusted metal bracket with visible pitting and edge corrosion, so the result is easy to see. Method 1 is full submersion. If the part is removable, place it inside a plastic container and pour in enough vinegar to cover the entire surface. This works well for bolts, small tools, brackets, clamps, and all kinds of loose rusty hardware. Now let it soak. Light rust may loosen fairly quickly, while more stubborn rust can take several hours or even overnight. But don't just soak it and disappear. Check it occasionally, especially if the part has a coating, finish, or mixed surface texture. As the process works, the liquid may darken, and the metal surface can develop a soft brown sludge. That's a good sign. That sludge means the rust is loosening and separating from the metal. So don't panic when it starts looking messier before it looks cleaner. Now, let's say the rusty part can't be removed from the vehicle or the bench. That's where method 2 comes in, the wrap method. Take a rag or paper towel, soak it thoroughly in vinegar, and press it directly onto the rusty section you want to treat. Then wrap the whole area tightly in plastic so the liquid stays in contact with the rust instead of drying out too fast. This is also a great visual for retention because now you've set up a reveal moment later in the video. After a few hours, unwrap it and look at the surface. You should see softened rust residue and a much easier cleanup. Now wipe it down gently with a rag or soft brush. There's no need to attack it aggressively if the process has done its job. If the rust was packed into corners, pits, or threads, use an old toothbrush to work those tighter areas without damaging the surface. Now we get to the critical step, and this is where a lot of people mess up. You need to neutralize the surface after treatment. Mix a small amount of baking soda into clean water, then rinse or wipe the part with that solution to help neutralize any leftover acidity. This is what separates a proper rust removal process from a sloppy shortcut. If you skip this, your results may not last. After that, rinse with clean water and dry the part immediately. Use a towel, compressed air, a fan, or a heat gun, whatever you have available. Bare metal flashes back to rust fast if moisture sits on it. So if you leave it wet, you may think the method failed when the real problem was the finish step. Once the part is dry, protect it as soon as possible. Primer, paint, oil, wax, or a rust-inhibiting coating will help keep the metal from oxidizing again. And now you can really see the difference: flaky red rust on one side, cleaner usable metal on the other. Not magic, just process. This is also where the money-saving side comes in. If a cheap household liquid can help clean small rusty parts effectively, that can reduce how often you buy expensive specialty products. So before you spend more money on rust remover, try this method the right way, test it safely, and see what kind of result you get. If this helped, save the video, share it, and stick around for the next one.